That's a lovely shot. First boundary of the day. Beautifully timed shot there by Graham Fowler. Half volley on the leg stump. He put it away to perfection. That's good runs there. Beautiful shot by Tavri. Allowed it to come on, clipped it away very firmly through mid-wicket. And they've run exceptionally well. In fact, all 4 runs there to Chris Tavri. That's nicely played. Feet into good position, steered it away to long leg. Again, they're coming back for the second, and again it's close. Well, Marsley giving it a good long look, shakes his hand, and shakes his head. And that's a good-looking shot. And that big gap between cover and mid-off. And it's a slight error, and this is exceptionally good running that they've made 3 out of it. He's cracked that away on the offside. So in vain. Looking to hit that direction mid-off. Dev thinking no change is necessary yet. Continues himself and is beautifully put away through mid-wicket by Tavri. There it was, a lovely stroke again. That's going to be 4 more.
.48 for no wicket in the 12th over. Getting that away through the gap on the offside. The outfield pretty quick. 4 runs. 50 up. A very promising start indeed for England. Over the top. Over the top of Madan Lal at Deepish Midon for 4 runs. Not much getting past the England bats this morning here at Old Trafford, but that one from Roger Binny. Well bowled, and he's out, thin edge. That was a good one. First success then for India, Roger Binny. Tavri gone for 32.
So England better just by 1 run the opening stand that they established against Sri Lanka in the last game, with Chris Tavri out for 32. 2 very good balls from Roger Binny. The second just finding the edge of Chris Tavri's bat. A minimal deflection, but Kirmani makes no mistake with the catch.
Madan Lal, Degar. No ball.
And he's bowled him all over the place. Binny takes another wicket. And Fowler clean bowl for 33, leaving England now 84 for 2 in the 21st over.
And looking at this again, you can see that bottom hand coming in. He plays all round this. Binny just holding that one up. A very useful delivery. Pitch, middle and off. And hit the off stump.
It's Madan Lal. Hit very crisply off the back foot again by Gower. Straight to the skipper at short extra. Just a slight worry about David Gower. It's really looked a little bit too easy for him, and one hopes he doesn't slip back into that casual manner of a couple of years ago. And there again, that little lack of concentration one feels, little tentative prod forward. That's a bit useful too. Struck much more firmly by Lamb. So it was a half volley, was wide of the off stump. It brings up the 100. A satisfying position for England here, reaching 100 in the 25th over for the loss of just 2 wickets. And that's out. Yes, caught behind Gower. That little slip shot again outside the off stump, thickish edge, and this time Kamani moving away to his left. You could quite well, low down. And Gower goes 107 for 3. And David Gower caught Kamani, bowled Amarnath for 17.
And it's also interesting to note that it is now some 14 overs since England scored a boundary, and boundaries are what England need.
I don't think Yashpal will get near, Sandhu will get near that. Getting, and Lamb will have to hurry, that's out! Lamb has run out. Very, very quick thinking, a fine piece of cricket by Yashpal Sharma. The initial danger looked to be for Gatting going up the far end. But the danger was for Lamb coming down the other. So that's a very important wicket for India to get. The leg stump, there's the leg cutter, and Gatting never looking comfortable. Crowd are going absolutely mad, the Indian camp over on the far side. What a fine spell by Amarnath here. The wicket of Gower, now that of Gatting. 5 down, 150 in the 42nd over.
It's got 3-man pushback on the leg side boundary. Feeling that at some stage both of them might unwind. He's unwound in the reverse manner. That's the famed reverse sweep, which he middled quite comfortably and brings him 2 runs. That's a roar of applause from the crowd. It's an ingenious little shot, which always seems to delight spectators. That's gone. Well, that turn just fractionally kept very low, and both of them has gone. He's bowled for 6 by Azad, and England in real trouble here at 160 for 6. Ball, I think, hit the stump about a foot high, and poor old Ian Botham was left high and dry. It's a little bit of tip and run at the moment. Joyful Indian section of the crowd. Oh, Ghani's done him. Would you believe it? He's stumped. What a terrible end there for Ian Gould. He's tried everything he knew to get out, caught behind. Sets off for an absolutely stupid run to the wicketkeeper, who gently rolls it back, and he goes stumped.
Yes, Jim, I don't think there's any question he got a bottom edge on it. So I think he is ingloriously run out.
And he's bowled him. Good delivery again from Kapil-Dev, cutting back in, might just have flicked the pads. So Vic Marks goes for 8. Big trouble for England at 177 for 8 in the 54th over. Benito Dilly. There's a fortuitous inside edge for 4 runs. He's given himself room and he's gone. Caught at short third man. Patil takes the catch. Another wicket to Kapildev, and Alec goes 202 for 9. A big shout for LBW, but rather fancy that was also going down the leg side. Osler, I believe, thought so too. And that's 4 runs, a thick edge this time. And that's got to be wide this time, 4 wides. And that, not a very intelligent delivery from Kapildev. I think one knew entirely what was in his mind. He saw him moving away to give himself room, tried to fire it in at his legs, but fired it much too wide. That's perfectly timed. The last ball of the day. Bob Willis's leg stump goes over. He's out for naught, and England are dismissed at the end of 60 overs for a score of 213.